I'm Margaret in Windsor, and I highly doubt I'll get this up because my provider, they provide internet access, and it's always worked before if I use the internet here. When I leave, obviously, I leave the area, and so mine kicks on. So now then, I'm being banned, I guess is the way you do it. They've just disabled everything, but they can turn it off and on. So it's been hacked, hacked, hacked. Problem is, I probably won't get this one up because if I put the truth up, it offends people. Okay? And I have to ask this question. What do people, and I'm talking in general, not to the people who have committed crimes and do not want it to be told against me. And that's the odd thing in this whole thing. I've told the truth, and the truth offends them. What do they think offended me? All the things in my life ongoing. If I could sue, there'd be so many suits in court it would last. You couldn't get them all up there. I'd have to have double lives or something. So I'll leave it there. What's going on is my phone's hacked by two different parties, at least, I'm pretty sure. So, anyway, when I try to put something up, I think I found out how part of it's been done, but I think they've actually switched phones, a look-alike phone. I think so, and I know when it happened. So, uh, my point is well, I can't say anything else. I just have to leave it. When I try to put a video up, then YouTube comes and says, well, I can't. Um, they tell me to I can't upload, and then suddenly I can't even get YouTube. They put the notice up, and I haven't. Well, I'll just put it this way: they've jammed my ability to get on the internet. Now, for those who know, well, I think everybody knows that. I haven't lied. They know it. Um, I'm going to put this up, and if this offends anybody, this was in your Bible and in a lot of other people that were telling it. They just didn't tell it the way I am. The internet, I started telling about mind control murders. I'd worked for doctors. And the ones were done in patterns like Mr. Larry Flint of Hustler Magazine that was shot nearby in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I lived in Marietta. By the way, I lived at Moonraker, and part of that complex is the only time I lived in something that plush, and it was beautiful, but it was hell while I lived there. But part of it was a restaurant, and you could go in. They had the ducks. Well, if you could pay to go through the door, duh. Um, when I was there a couple of times, and I'm living in right part of the complex there, the Moonraker Apartments, and they were beautiful. Oh gosh, fireplace, kitchen that was so cute. It really was lovely, and I went back. I know I'm skipping around a little, but I went back. I guess it's been about 12 years ago now. The whole thing was torn down. That was new when I lived there. That was in 78, and I know it's been a long time, but there were other things still standing. But that whole, I don't know if the Journey's Inn was still there. It wasn't named that. My husband becomes so involved is, I remember he actually drove up and knocked the Journey's Inn sign down, and I thought, my God, they'll lock him up. They didn't, but it's just odd things because I'll sound like babbling to people who don't care to listen, and others do know and admit and care about what's really going on. So if I'm babbling here to some people, I'll just use this if I get the video up. I want you to take note that the global government's in power, the United Nations, Illuminati, that kidnapped me, and my point is that if the internet is taken down, that simple, what you think is a device that's so convenient, You can't have banking. Your deeds, you have no access to anything. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? It's really as if you're stripped naked or something. Think about what I've said. And I may be wrong about President Trump. I think he's a good man. And I think he's trying to do what's best for this country. Of course, this country's not, I'm going to leave it there because this is when I'll get knocked off and everything. So I guess think about it because I couldn't get to my funds a little bit ago, what little it is. And now then, I know I've told the mess and people, some listen and care, and others call me names. And so I guess we'll find out. But there's others saying that they are biblical and they're saying it's end times. And I know I was writing about people being chipped and mind control and the Tesla files that were stolen, which gets involved in books being written 140 something years ago by the title of the last president is Trump, and they were even mentioned Barron Trump in there, which is quite odd, all of it. A friend sent that to me, so I'm going to stop now. I guess really I'm shut down unless they want me to put this up or don't, because they've had me shut down. The last few days they just cut me off, and they jammed my provider, and I called them, and they just tell me they can reset it, and I have to have two phones though, one to talk to them and one to free this one up, and I won't go any further. It's a conundrum, I suppose. Anyway, I guess, don't guess, think about what if you no longer have access to the internet and what kind of information is gone for everybody.